If you're listening to this stuck in traffic, despairing of the hell that is a stationary car in so-called rush hour, consider that women in Saudi Arabia have only just won the right to do exactly that. On Tuesday night, Saudi time, King Salman issued a royal decree stating driver's licences can now be issued to women who want them, although some women may still be denied the right to drive by males in their family. But for women who've risked arrest, opprobrium, job losses, and even worse, campaigning for the right to drive, the King's decree is indeed a triumph. Among them is the fearless women's rights activist Hatun Al-Fassi. An associate professor of women's history at King Saud University, Dr. Al-Fassi has spent her adult life campaigning for women to be allowed to vote, to drive, and to be less strictly controlled by the country's religious fundamentalists. Victories are hard won. And as Hatun Al-Fassi told me just 2 hours after the decree was issued, this is certainly one of those victories.
It is very exciting, of course. We are very excited. We have been, since 10 o'clock, which is like about two hours ago, we've been on the phone, on WhatsApp, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TV, on radio, exchanging, celebrating, and supporting each other. It's really great. We can't believe that we are living this day when our demands, like number one demand, the easiest supposedly, is at last realized. So we are very, very, really happy, excited. We're not thinking of anything else at the moment other than enjoying this moment and thinking of all the sacrifices that Saudi women have went through until we came to this moment and this day.
I want to return to those sacrifices and the length and cost of your campaign to get the right to drive. But you had to win that right. This is very clear, isn't it? And so this is a collective triumph, isn't it?
Sure. Rights are not given. Our rights are not given. They have to be taken. And we believe that our demands, our struggle, our resistance, our continuous efforts, different ways, different methods, all of that has paid off now. It's not a struggle of one woman. It's a combined work, and not only women. There are also men who have stood by us and supported our demands and our rights.
But for the women, obviously, there was far greater personal risk and personal cost. Can you tell me about the campaign? You mentioned sacrifices before. Can you tell me about what those sacrifices were and how long the campaign was? When did the public campaigning begin?
Since 1990, Saudi women have went in demonstrations. They paid. They were arrested. They paid very tremendously from their jobs, from their education, their reputation, traveling. All of that was suspended in 1990. And after that, Saudi women continued. The struggle continued. The demands. Many were arrested, many were imprisoned, many were harassed, many have lost their jobs. So it was a very disturbing struggle, because it was for what? For driving. It was supposed to be something very normal. To be, it's your right, but it took really 27 years until it was realized that it's a lot.
It's a long time.
We're very happy.
Yes, I can imagine. Hatun Al-Fassi, who's a women's rights campaigner, activist in Saudi Arabia, pretty extraordinary woman.